What's going on, everybody? Product Probes back at you with another knife review. Today we're doing a Karambit knife. It's the Marine Karambit. This thing's actually pretty cool. So let's dive into it. Let's see what this thing's got. Alright guys, so first thing about this knife is that it is super bulky. It is a thick knife. Let me show you what I'm talking about. So, if I can get this thing to focus right, as you can see, it is a thick knife right here. And I'll get the measurements on it here in a second, but it's actually really cool. Let me go over some details while I got it right here. Got your finger hole right here. You have a rubber coated handle. I guess it's the nylon fiber handle. On the back right here, you've got a nice beefy belt clip. What does that say on it? Oh, United States Marine Corps. So the USMC on it. Spine on it. It's got good feel right there. Trigger. Bam. Pops on open. Got a Halt Bill blade. Of course, with the Karambit with a half serrated blade right here. It's a shorter blade on it. Right here you've got your thumb grooves, which feel really nice. Now, I don't like the bulkiness until you go to hold it, and it actually feels pretty good in your hands. So if you were to have it like this, or even with your pinky in it, and you were to go to cut down, the thumb grooves on this knife allows a pretty solid good cut, or feels good anyway. I don't know how good the blade is yet, but you can actually cut down pretty good on this thing. And I tell you what, let me finish out what I was talking about here, if I can get my camera to focus back. But yeah, just to finish out some of the details on it, you got your dual thumb studs right there. Got your standard liner lock. Ease back down, get the finger holes. It's not a bad looking knife. I mean, the knife looks really good to be one of these little Marine Karambits. Got this thing off of Amazon. It's the oh, okay, so it's not the actual, it's a Marine type, but it's made by mtech. There you go. I just saw that. I don't know what's up with my focus today, but yeah, so it's an mtech, one of their ballistic series off of it, but it's the Marine. So guys, I like the knife. It is super fast. The one-handed deployment on it, it can be done. So yeah, that was a little bit quicker and do it out. In a defensive stance, you know, you've got it, and you can always turn, do what you got to do if you're cutting this way, or if you just need to have it to cut down. So I don't know. Well, it's actually not as bad as I thought for such a little blade, and I try not to get, you know, with the blade being so small, having that half serration kind of limits you on what you can do with it. But got a few hairs on there. Not sure if you can see them on the thing. So let's go ahead. Let's go see how sharp this blade really is. Alright, so got us a piece of paper here. I'm not sure how well that this is going to do with the little half. I mean, I don't know if I like that. The serration seems pretty sharp, but I would like it to not be serrated. Just my preference. I know a lot of people like it. It makes it look a lot cooler. But let's see what this thing's got just right out of the box. If we were going to try to catch, a lot of times with these Hawk bills, they don't catch very well. That one wanted to catch right then. Let's see if we can get it. That wasn't too bad right there. Let's try this corner again. Yeah, there's going to be some rips. But I'm guessing that's just because of that Hawk bill blade on it. So, as you can see, you can get the thing to catch, but you don't have far to travel with that catch. So, I mean, that's basically what you're going to be working with, and there are a few rips in that cut. Now, the point on it is pretty blunt. Look at that. I mean, you could make it, of course, but if we're just going off the points, however, when you get it in there like this and you were to cut down, they seem to be a lot cleaner cuts on it. And I think it's because it's hitting in between these serrations on the down cut on it. So, guys, the blade is not terribly like dull. It's actually pretty sharp for it to be just a little cheap knife like this. But getting these hawkbill blades to catch and to keep going is a little bit harder. But as you can see, that's about the distance you can go until you run out of blade. Alright, so blade, it's going to be hard to actually sharpen the hawkbill like this, but if you can get it on a blade, the serration part is super sharp. So that is a good thing about it. Now, the dimensions on it, see, with it being so thick like this, it's almost odd because the blade is so short like this with the serration. But let's go ahead and get some dimensions and weight on this thing. Then we'll go see what it looks like in the pocket. Alright guys, got our scale right here. Let's see how much this bad boy weighs. 5.7. You know, I was actually thinking it was going to be around 6'3", 6'4". So, for a knife that is this thick and this bulky, well, I say that, but looking at the dimensions now, as I can look at it in the close-up of this camera, that might be right on the money as far as a little bit on the heavy side for this knife. I don't think it's going to be 8 inches or more, but let's find out before I get ahead of myself on it. Zoom this thing in some. Alright, so 6, yep, alright. It is on a little bit of the lighter side. I was thinking it was going to be over, 6 ounces. But 5.7 is not terrible for a 6.5 inch knife. But where you're going to run into, look at that. Not even a 2.5 inch blade. I mean, it's close. But you're not really looking at that part of it. Because look at this. The actual blade on it is just over, well, it's 1 1/4 inch. Your serration is the same thing. So, with it being split like that, half serrated, half straight, I don't know. I just wish this whole thing was a straight blade. But that serration does make it look dadgum cool. I don't know why I said that so weird, but it does make it, it makes it look neat. Total length again, 6.5 inches, so not too bad, guys. Alright, so let's see how this thing looks in the pocket. I think it's going to be a little thick going in there, because this is such a bulkier knife. See right here. Yeah, with that rubberized handle, it's pretty hard to slide in and slide out. That rubberized, it looks cool, it feels great, but it goes in there, okay, it fits in there fine. The weight doesn't seem to be too bad with it being in the pocket like that. The print on it, with it being such a bulkier knife, could be a lot worse. I don't like the fact that this is sticking out, but one thing that I guess this could be beneficial for would be if you were to pull it out, you've got it right there. But I just, I don't know if I'm liking it as a pocket knife. See that? I'm having to flip it. Goes back in there. The concealed side of it, well, if I had jeans on, it might be a little higher, but I don't think you would be able to get one anyway with that belt clip being so long on it, because this isn't a terribly short shirt. And it's still not going to cover up that side of it. The print on it is pretty good, but if you were to pull it out, you've got it pulled out. Trigger is right there, and you could get away with that. So let's look at it like this. Slides in. You've got it. You got the finger hole. You could flip it. Do it now. Again, you'd have to flip the knife to get into a defensive stance with it, but it's not too bad. So hit or miss. I guess it just depends on your preference. So I don't know. I would say the rubberized might be a downside on it and maybe the thickness, but other than that, seems to do okay. Well, there you have it, guys. Simple review on the mtech ballistic marine knife. Little Karambit. I like these Karambit knives. You know, I don't like this part of it. So, I'll show you what I'm talking about real quick. If I were to go to open it up and I need it in defensive stance, you have to turn the knife all the way this way to get it there. Now, I don't know how often you're going to be doing that, but if that's what you were getting some of these Karambit knives for, you got to flip it and then you're there. On a lot of the other ones that we have, you know, you can flip it and you're there already. Well, in this case, that's how it ends up. So you do have to flip it, but once you get flipped, it's a good feel to it. It's a good grip. It is a bulkier knife. Sliding it out of the pocket, you are going to have a little bit of this showing, but it's not a deal breaker. So if you're looking for a Karambit and you don't need the, you know, or if you don't mind the half serration on it, this might be the way to go. So hope that helps some, guys. Hope the review, if you were thinking about getting this knife, hope it kind of just showed you some simple things on it. So appreciate you watching. If you liked the video, make sure to hit that like button. Subscribe. We got a new series, the Friday Night Knife Giveaway. So if you get bored, go check that thing out. And guys, I will see y'all in the next one.